Hello YouTube. Okay, so this could be kind of a short video. So I purchased this 2006 Lincoln Town Car Signature Limited. It's got 20,000 miles on it. I bought it from a grandfather, 89-year-old grandfather. His grandson said he's just kind of done with driving. Um, the car's in really good shape. Mechanically, it's in really good shape. It's had tires, Michelin tires, are about a year old. Batteries a year old. Um, the air suspension in the rear was deleted because it was leaking, so he had the coil spring conversion. All of this is done at a Ford dealership. I have all these receipts for the last, I don't know, 15 years. He didn't have to take it in a lot because it's only, it's pretty low mileage, 20,000 miles. But about a year ago, he had a full service where they flushed the transmission, put new fluid in, coolant, uh, brakes, power steering, whatever else fluids are all flushed out and new fluids put in. All the bushings are greased. What else? I think there's some other stuff, but I think a window regulator was replaced on the driver's side. It does have one problem where water gets into the interior passenger side floor, and there's a fix for that. It comes from when it rains, it goes into an area um, where there's a gasket that you replace, or you can seal it up with black silicone, and that's what I'm going to do today. I've got to go get it at Pep Boys. I haven't done a whole lot to it yet, but I did start working on it, cleaning up the headlights a little bit. The car basically sat outside its whole life. That's the only down part. I like garage kept cars, but what are you going to do at 20,000 miles? So it's not in bad shape. It's just dirty. It needs a lot of waxing, a lot of detailing to make it a lot nicer. Well, let's take a look at it. Doesn't leak anything. Um, let's see, make sure it's not raining on me here. I already took the cowl piece off there, and I'm going to take that all apart. Here are the tires, Michelin's. Lucked out on that. Oh, it's got a new battery too. I'm going to repaint these center caps. They're all four of them are faded. It's a white, solid white paint, which is good. Um, there is one part, one bad part. It's right here. It's the paint. And what happened there is it had a rock chip. He used to go to Vegas in this thing. I found a lot of receipts from Vegas. What a perfect car to drive from Vegas. I'm in Southern California, so Vegas is like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours away. And probably a rock chip flew up and hit it right here and had a little chip in it. Well, he has this detailer guy that details his cars, and the detailer used a high pressure washer on this car, and it blew the paint off. So that's an easy fix, no problem. Only other thing is just this trim piece has got a little ding on it. The paint, I know it's hard to see with camera. It's got on both sides here, just right here, paint is flaking away. I think it's probably from high-speed cruising on the highway going to Vegas, and rain and everything else probably just wears this stuff out. I'm gonna have the windows tinted because I'm in Southern California in Temecula, and it gets really hot here during the summer. I mean, it's close to Palm Springs, so not as hot as Palm Springs, but pretty darn close. Now let's take a look at let's see. See if that works. It does work. Thank God that works, huh? So we've got the basic trunk. No 6 CD player, just single. I took all the mats out. I got to steam clean the interior a little bit. It's got a brand new spare. See, the suspension is turned to off. But you can see how dirty everything is. I got to go through the whole thing. All the seals seem to be intact. And it closes by itself. It's a soft close. Pretty cool. Let me see, does that unlock? These doors are massive. This is a pretty big car. It's 18 feet long. You can see the dirt. You know, the interior is real nice. It's real clean. Oh, I'm 6'3". It's not bad. There's room back here. So you got the interior. It came with some sunshades. It's got the clock, which is pretty cool. It drives fantastic. I mean, it's smooth. You know, everything. The whole fuel system was decarbonized a year ago at the dealership. Man, they just charged him. I got receipts. I mean, unbelievable. Everything seems to work okay. Make sure I don't leave something on, drain the battery. A lot of dust. Let's get an ashtray. Got the key code for this. The only thing about this thing is it's got to be careful for the doors, man. They'll impale you. Watch this. So you got this super sharp edge. It's me right in the chest if you're not careful. I had a Mercury Cougar 93 that had the same thing. You have to be aware of that sharp edge there. It'll nail you if you're not careful. But it's got all the goodies, you know. I mean, you know, the opening trunk, the gas cap, the stereo sounds awesome. These things are kind of bizarre, but they work. The seats are great. There's no rips, tears, anything anywhere. There is a suspension light that stays on saying, oh, check your air suspension. Well, it's been deleted by the dealer. I like to try to figure out how to delete just the writing that says suspension, and then there's a little yellow light that comes on, and that's related with it. Also, so this just needs a, you know, a little steam clean, carpet cleaner. It's not horrible, but it is just a little damp. I've read horror stories on the internet where people have bought these, and during heavy rainstorms they come back out to their car and the floor mats are floating. There's that much water. Oh my God, I better fix that right away. So yeah, it just needs a good detail, some cleanser. You know, the guy was 89 years old. I mean, I'm nearing 70, and I'm kind of like getting tired washing and taking care of my cars, but I still enjoy it. You know, the thing I don't like about this thing is the engine is filthy. You think for 20,000 miles it'd be super clean. Nope. Let's see, where's the hood? Right there. Yeah, and then see all the dirt in the creases. I mean, it'll clean right up. Let's take a look at it. It's got like this knife blade that pops out. It's so weird. Look at this. Look at this engine. What do you think about that, huh? Now I googled his address and did a street view and an overhead view of his house, and he lived kind of by some hills in Moreno Valley, you know, dirt roads. Not his house, but he lived close there, so I'm sure there was a lot of dust. But it's just basically there's no oil leaks, no coolant leaks. It's just dusty as heck. So that's going to be an all-day project of cleaning this out. It'll look like new when I'm done with it. Hopefully I don't find any horror stories down here, but everything's pretty much been taken care of by the dealer. It's got a brand new belt on it, new coolant, yellow coolant. And then battery's like a year old. You can see that it's been sweating a little bit. I'll check the water. It gets pretty hot in Moreno Valley. Oh, good. They put some of that grease on there, so there's no corrosion there. The air conditioning is ice cold, and that's one reason that I got this car. Is here during the summertime in Temecula, it'll hit between 90 and 100 degrees every day, starting in the middle of July all the way to like October. And the hottest I've seen it here was 118. And so you go try to drive out around during the daytime, and if your car, that Kia minivan, has a pretty bad, the air conditioner works. You know, I've rebuilt all the air conditioning in all my cars. I have a HVAC certificate, so, and all the tools. It works. It gets down to 38 degrees air coming out of the vents, but just the volume of the inside of the van, you know, just doesn't cool it off. Then I have this car here. Everything works. This car. It's a 500 SL Roadster, Mercedes. I found this car in Riverside also, and this is a 32,000 mile car. I've had it for 8 years, and it's just a cream puff. The roof comes off. It's a convertible. It's got a roll bar that comes up. I had to rebuild the whole soft top hydraulics in it. That was a unfun experience, but I did it. Dealer wanted 10,000. I did it for like $200 and $300. Then I have another Mercedes over there. It just seems like all my cars are white. I don't know why. I think it's because my wife is the one that, actually my wife bought this. She paid for it. A little under $7,000. It seems like a lot because you can pick these things up pretty cheap, but they've got high mileage. But one good thing that I like about this is that from reviews and everything, that if you properly maintain these things, they can go over 400,000 miles on the same engine and transmission, which is pretty. That's like Toyota territory. You know, I wanted to buy a Toyota, a more modern Toyota, kind of like a crossover thing, and I showed her a picture of one I wanted to get, and she's very old school. She goes, "It looks like a cockroach." They all look like cockroaches. Just get a big, old, cushy American car. And this is like the last, you know, I think 2011 is when they stopped making these full-size American sedans. And plus, you have room in the engine to work on it if you like doing stuff like that. And I don't mind it if there's room. I just did a timing belt on that V6 engine. It's at 3.5. Dual overhead cam. I did the timing belt, I did the water pump, I did all the pulleys, I did the power steering hoses, spark plugs, but man, there is no room under there to work on the engine. And to tighten the belts, you have to take the wheel off and take all the shrouds, or you know, the wheel well shrouds and off, and I mean, what a pain in the butt. This thing, it's all right here. Look how much room I have. And the parts are super cheap. I checked the parts for this on Rock Auto, just, you know, all the parts, and super cheap. Mercedes, super expensive. She wanted me to get a Mercedes sedan, an older Mercedes sedan. And I said, you know, I've been 20 years working on these Mercedes. I'm kind of done with them. They're nice cars, but the parts are really expensive. And some of them are hard to find, no longer made, no longer available. This thing, they made millions of these cars, you know, over the years. And that's why you see these as, you know, they were used as taxis and liveries and airport cars. And plus, you know, you look at all the, you know, some of the videos like Doug Moreno, you know, he said, wow, these things run forever. Same with a lot of the other YouTubers. So that kind of sold me. And when I came across this, 20,000 miles, I go, yeah, it sounds good. I showed it to her and she goes, I want that car. So my big job is just cleaning the exterior of it, waxing it. I'm sure it'll come back pretty good. What else? That's about it. Anyways, I'm gonna just kind of like a before, especially at this engine. I mean, that gets me. You know, that really gets me. This could be a challenge. I'm gonna take as much plastic off as I can and cover important parts. And I have a steam cleaner, you know, some cleaning solution, brush, and just get all that stuff out of there. So that's it for today. It should take me, I don't know, I'll take my time. Probably a month to get it the way I want it. I want it to be nice and shiny. I want to basically protect the paint because it's so long. It's 18 feet long. My garage is 19 feet long. And the car, I would have to remove this. And the car would be like right, it'd be like right here. I wouldn't be able to really open this door. And I want to keep the SL in here. It's kind of like a man cave thing, you know, so much. House is kind of small on the inside, so this is like our room. At least for my son and I, we hang out. Anyways, that's about it. My next video, I'll update on what I've accomplished on shining this thing up. But I highly recommend getting one. Man, this thing drives like, oh my gosh. It is so smooth. It's got a lot of power. Enough power, you know. The coil spring ride, it's okay. I don't know what it rode like with air suspension. I had a Packard that had air suspension, and I sold it because it was kind of a scary deal. It was a torsion. Well, it wasn't air. It was a torsion level suspension, and it was it'd be scary to replace parts of 56 Packard. So, anyways, I'll see you guys later, or YouTube. Johnny, okay, I'm starting to clean the engine. Got that thing, took it off. So much dust under there. This is weird, but it's supposed to be like that. But I've got this side here cleaned. I've got that sealed over there now for the water leak. I'm working my way around this way, then I'm going to get into the center of the engine. And then for this, I'm going to lay plastic over it and just kind of degrease it and hose it down. Be done with that. Using some Aerospace 303, which is really good stuff, if you can find it. Amazon, about 16 bucks. Does everything, tires, all the plastic and everything. It makes it really nice, not greasy. Other than that, I vacuumed the interior, so we have a fairly clean interior. I still have to shampoo the rugs, but it's all vacuumed and stuff. So basic. Still have to wash the car. I haven't even washed it because I did the sealing of the silicone. See what, I don't know how that thing's supposed to leak in there, but it's pretty weird. And I'm just testing some areas. There's this kind of discolored, I don't know what this is made out of, aluminum or something. So I tried some polishing compound, and I believe it'll take it back. So There you go. Keep working on this pig. That looks so nice when it's clean. I like working on clean engines. I forgot to tell you what I've been using, but I've been using this little handheld steam cleaner. Yeah, comes with a bunch of different attachments. It's pretty strong. Shoots steam out for a couple minutes, and you gotta let it heat up. But I've been also using this orange citrus cleaner, and you can dilute it with water. I was watching some classic car restorer or exotic car restorer on Periscope, a Twitter app, and I asked her, well, what are you using? You know, because she was just using a brush and this spray bottle unmarked. And she goes, it's just a citrus-based orange cleaner that we dilute 50-50. And it's real good to the parts. It doesn't, harm things too bad. But instead of pressure washing this and taking the chance of damaging electronics and who knows what, with the steam cleaner, you can basically get the whole top of the engine looking really nice, and it melts everything. Just cool. All right. Okay, well, forgot. I wanted to read codes. See if this thing has. I have to get it emission tested. Let's see if we get this thing to focus. Come on, I just can't seem to read these screens very well. I've got a crummy screen. Okay, turn the ignition on, press any key to connect. Not real good at this. I think it's the second time I've used this thing. Turn the ignition on. It's so weird, the seat goes by itself. You put the key in. Turn the ignition on, press any key. Off. Ooh. Let's see, read codes. Yeah, so, enter. Stored codes, pending codes. Enter. No pending codes are stored in the module. Good. Press any key. Stored codes. No codes are stored. Okay, let's go.